Hardies and Hardos, we got a special one today for the Max Crosby episode 98. We are joined by three-time UMAC champion. You guys know him as number 23 on the court. I know him as the guy who can never beat me in a three-point contest. That's right. Justin Schrupp is joining us. What's up, my guy?
Hey, happy to be here. Happy to be here.
Hey,
very honored.
First player of Spinny or mine to be featured on the pod. How's that make you feel?
Very honored to be on this storied podcast.
Hell yeah.
All right, we got a couple of questions for you before we start. Number one, how good is Buss at three-point contests is my question. How good is Buss?
Well, we've never really actually had a 3-point contest. It's more like pig, and I'd say we're about it's about 50-50. He gets lucky.
Okay.
Yeah, he has his days.
Yeah, that's classic.
Spinny.
That's classic behavior.
Spinny didn't believe me though. He thought I would never beat you guys.
Oh no, he has his days.
That's funny. Also, can you give us a little 30-second description of Buss's coaching style?
That'll be a tough one. I think stand on the sideline and not blow the whistle during practice. And get fouled.
He doesn't like my repping.
That's probably the greatest description. Other than that, he doesn't give me many tips.
All right. Had to get that.
Don't listen to this guy.
Had to get that out of the way.
5 years with this guy. 5 years with him, Spinny.
He's got to bust your balls a little bit then. I mean, come on, 5 years? That's a lot of time of listening to you.
Yeah,
I know. I feel bad for him, honestly. I do.
Yeah.
That last year was the toughest for sure.
Yeah. I like that shirt, though. Hey, flash that shirt to the viewers. YouTube exclusive here. Make sure you flip to that. Our new gear, back-to-back champs.
Yes, sir. Back-to-back.
Yes, sir. We got that in the mail this weekend. That's fire.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Spade, let's hear from Jack and get after this NBA playoff talk. All right, fellas, we are going to start in the Eastern Conference. Before we start, breaking news, NBA set some attendance records this year. 22.5 million fans went to games, NBA record. Average attendance of 18,322 people, also a record. And the other record they had this season, 872 sellouts. So NBA is on the rise. That's exciting to see. Let's start with the play-in, though. In the Eastern Conference, we got the 76ers, 7th seed, facing off against the Heat. And we have the Bulls playing the Hawks. I'll say right now, I think the 76ers are going to beat the Heat. I think Embiid's going to be a little too much. He's kind of rusty. It seems like he is not fully healthy. But I do think playing at home, he's going to be too much for the Heat. And let's be real, it kind of seems like a Heat thing to lose game one and then end up beating the Hawks or the Bulls in game two. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Because I think they want your C's, Spinny. I think they want your C's.
I got the Heat in this game. So
okay.
I think just basically for the reasons you said, which I don't know why you use those reasons and then pick the Sixers anyway, but Embiid looks sketchy. Bam's always a good defender of him. And I like what Maxi's been doing, especially in the last 20 to 30. So we're going to take Philly.
You said you just said you're taking the Heat.
Or the Heat. Sorry, jeez. Holy, welcome to the pod.
Yeah, so
we're taking the Heat. We're taking
the Sixers. You want to take the Sixers too? With those
no, I'm taking the Heat.
Talk about
I'm taking the
Maxey
Heat.
going on a burner.
I got the Sixers.
Okay.
I think Embiid, like you said, is just gonna be too much to handle, and like Spinny said, Maxey's been kind of on a tear lately. So yeah, I think Sixers win at home for sure.
Hawks. I'm going Hawks over Bulls. Trae Young. I mean, he'll come. He'll step up in the moment. I think DeJounte will also step up. I think those two will just carry them to the win. I'm not in love with this Bulls team that has been well established on this podcast by both Spinny and I. So I got to rock with the Hawks, even though I do think the Heat will end up beating them. So I have the 76ers as my 7th seed and the Heat as my 8th seed in the East.
Okay. This game sucks, first of all. Can we talk about a 36 and a 39 win team in a playing game?
This
Like,
is why
number
this is why
one,
people were worried about the plan.
yeah.
Worried
But
about shitty teams like this making it in.
it's fine. It's going to be the Colby White game, and the
Okay.
Bulls are going to win.
Bulls.
We're going Bulls over Hawks.
Yeah, I got the Hawks over the Bulls. I can never pick the Bulls again. They one night cost me $600 some in betting. So they're on my shit list now. So yeah, I got Hawks over the Bulls, and then yeah, I got the Heat taking down the Hawks.
Okay.
Yeah, we got Sixers over Hawks. So just to clarify, because I can't speak today, apparently, we got Heat as the 7 and Philly as the 8.
Perfect. All right, let's jump to it then. 1-8 matchup for me is the Celtics versus the Heat. Again, classic matchup. I know Spinny's terrified of that happening.
Not.
But as I say that, I am picking the season 5. I think this is going to go much differently this year. Celtics are way more locked in. They still have that sour taste in their mouth from losing to them last year. They're not going to mess around in this series at all. They will take care of business. I'll give the Heat 1 game. That's it. Celtics in 5 over the Heat. They're just too
Yeah,
good.
the C's be a different team this year, but I'm going to take them over Philly in 5 as well. Philly never plays good against Boston in the playoffs for literally my entire life.
And
So I
Embiid's a
don't see
playoff
why. And Embiid's a playoff choker, and he's not really healthy, so I don't see why it would be any different this year when it's the best Boston team we've seen. So we're going to go with the season 5.
Yep, I got what you were talking about. Bustler is Celtics over Heat in 5. I think the Celtics team is just too deep and too
Great
good.
minds think alike.
Yeah, to even give the Heat a chance, I say in 5, but I'd be even surprised if it goes even that far.
Now, obviously, we say that, but Spoelstra could get them a game.
That's
Jimmy
the one
Butler
thing.
can get them a game. They actually have Tyler Hero right now, as
Yeah.
opposed to last year. He was not playing versus Celtics. So there's obviously ways that he could win the series. I think we're all on the same page, though. The Celtics are just a little bit different team this year, and they'll be able to get it done. 2-7 matchup for me is Knicks versus Sixers. We got rivalry matchups like crazy on my side here. Knicks versus Sixers. Same reason as Spinny's just said. I'm going to go with the Knicks because Embiid's a playoff choker. Brunson is going to be a dog. He steps up in the moment every single year. He takes over in the playoffs all the time. I mean, this is what? 4th in the NBA? It was top 5 scorer in the NBA this year. So thanks, Spinny, for trading him to me in Dynasty. We love that.
I have
That's
Knicks
pretty much
Heat.
the main reason there.
Yeah. Knicks Heat is a little bit of a different story for me. I am going to pick the Knicks, but I'm going to pick them in 7. I think it's going to be a dogfight of a series, especially without Randall. The Heat are going to take advantage of that inside. And I like Spoelstra in the playoffs. Like, I just like him as a coach in the playoffs. He's getting 1. Jimmy's getting 1. And the Knicks are probably choking in 1, let's be real. So we're going to go 4-3 Knicks.
No OG and no Randall. That obviously makes it tough for the Knicks this playoffs. So they're going to heavily rely on Jalen Brunson. I just think he's going to be able to get it done, at least in round 1. What do you got, Schrupp?
For sure. I got the Knicks over the Sixers in 7 though. I think the Sixers can figure out how to win a few games without any size really on the Knicks. And
that's fair.
I think with Brunson, they're still going to end up pulling it out. They're not going to lose Game 7 at home.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Brunson's been playing way too well this year.
Second team All NBA. At least that's where I would put him. So he's been a stud this year.
Brunson in Game 7 at Madison, though, that would be because he's going nutty. He's going nutty.
50 or 60 for sure.
They are obsessed with that man in New York. It's actually I'm not gonna lie, it's so much more fun with in the NBA with the Knicks being good. Like
Agreed.
I don't like
Jalen
the road teams typically, but it's more fun when they're in it.
Jalen Brunson officially best player from Nova.
I mean, Spinny, we had this conversation. I mean,
Yeah,
it's one of those things where it's like, okay, how much are you gonna weigh that ring that Kyle Lowry has to his
yeah,
legacy?
but
But
now,
in terms of
we're talking 32 a game, fourth in the league in
like, it's
scoring,
just
second team All NBA. Like Kyle
Lowry
Lowry
was
was never that good in his life.
never doing that shit. No. So
No.
yeah, you
Yeah,
know what I'm gonna say, but I'm just saying there are people out there that'll be
I
like,
think it's
whoa, whoa,
yes.
whoa, 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 it's Lowry for sure. He's got a ring. What are you talking about? Like, there's people out there that will still say that, but it's Brunson for
Yeah,
sure.
it is Brunson by far.
All right, this next series though, fellas, these next two. I'm having issues with, man. I cannot figure out which way I want to go. Bucks versus Pacers, that is your 3-6 matchup. I can't believe I'm saying this, given their complete lack of experience in the playoffs, given this is Halliburton's first year in the playoffs. This is another early exit for the Bucks. I'm saying it. In 7. Giannis is not healthy. There's a shot he doesn't even play in this series. Like he's most likely not playing in game 1. I just don't think with the Bucks' terrible defense that they're going to be able to stop the Pacers, and they're not going to be able to outscore him if Giannis is not playing. It's just that simple. They got Siakam on the team. They have at least some sort of championship experience, right? No Giannis. Who's guarding Siakam? Like, I'm sorry, Lopez can't one-on-one guard Siakam either. So I think Siakam's the X factor in the series. He's going to take over. Halliburton, I think he will have some rough games early, and will kind of get hot as the series goes on, given it's his first playoff series ever. But it's kind of risky for me to say, given it's Dame and Giannis. Giannis could play, but I'm going Pacers in 7, fellas. Which way are you guys leaning?
This was the hardest playoff series for me.
It
Honestly,
was for me
it
too.
really was because I like what the Pacers do. If Giannis was healthy, I'm taking the Bucks in probably 6. I think the Pacers squeak a couple out. These teams don't really like each other.
That's what's lit. Yeah.
As the season has went on, so that's gonna be fun. I am gonna take the Bucks in 7. I think even if I assume Giannis is out, it's still Dame. Like I've still seen Dame do some wild shit in the playoffs and keep teams in series that shouldn't be in series. So like I'm gonna trust that a little bit over not seeing anything from Halliburton, obviously. And then even if you get Giannis back game 4-ish, he's a little more healthy by that point. It might be a different story. So I'm gonna go with the Bucks in 7, but this series is gonna be fun and sketchy to pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got the Pacers in 6. I guess I'm kind of more banking on Giannis is probably not going to play for the first few games and say he's out till game 4. I'm guessing the Pacers are going to be up 2-1 at that point, and series is pretty much over. I just think without Giannis, the Bucks are not a good team. They're just not. Like, I don't even know if they probably sneak into the play-in, but
yeah, honestly, I gotta ask this though. What are the Bucks going to do this offseason if they do, in fact, lose 2 years in a row in the first round as the higher seed?
I think you run it back, not with the same exact guys, but you got to keep Dame and Giannis. I think you got
to try it again. Absolutely.
You gotta get more athletic. I think.
Yeah, you got to change the roster because, like, we can't fight. Like, how many times are we going to fire the coach? Like, it's like at this point, it's just getting ridiculous. Like, we're just firing everybody out here. Doc goes. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, wherever Doc goes, it seems the team goes kind of downhill. So I've never believed in Doc personally.
We've called him out many times on this podcast, Schrupp, so we're with
Buss's favorite head coach, Doc Rivers. Favorite all-time head coach, Doc Rivers. Let's go. Let's go.
What would it mean for his legacy? I mean,
I don't think his legacy's. Yeah, I think his legacy's already solidified at this point. Got one championship and then blew an exceeding amount of leads after that.
Yeah. All right, let's go to this next series, 4-5. This one's gonna be really tough.
Okay, I'm going before you. This series is not hard. I really don't think this series is going to be that close. I really don't. Is that a wild take? Is that a wild one?
It is, because I think
the Cavs got problems.
I think this is going to be a matchup of defense here. these two teams.
Yes.
So does that are you saying that because you think the Cavs are going to easily win? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
Or do you,
I do. I contemplated Cavs in 5, no cap. I really did.
so
I
that's your
I,
pick, or
I
is it at
Wow.
settled on
6?
Cavs in 6. I settled on
Okay.
Cavs in 6. But initial reaction was Cavs in 5. I have not seen. I agree. Defense is going to be important, and I think these are going to be a lot of coming down to fourth quarters and stuff like that. But I've seen Donovan Mitchell do it in the playoffs before. I've seen it
No, he's
multiple
a dog.
times.
He's a
He's
dog.
an absolute. He's the doggiest dog in this series. It's a
He's the best
little.
player on the series, yeah.
Yes, it's a little Jimmy Butler-y for me with him. Like, you kind of forget about him because sometimes there's the injuries and the regular season isn't always as like crazy, but then the playoffs comes and it like he has overachieved with his teams throughout his playoff career, I would argue, especially in Utah, but even in Cleveland a little bit. Like, I do not think that the Magic are prepared enough or going to be ready enough for this playoff series given their experience level.
What do you think, Schrupp? You think
I
the
got
Magic got
Cavs.
it?
I got
Okay, you
Cavs
do.
in 7. I
Okay.
think the Magic are gonna pull a few out just because they got. I mean, on paper, the Cavs are a way better team, just like up and down. I feel like way better, but I feel like the Magic just have a little grittiness in them that they might be able to pull out. Well, 3 games hopefully, but yeah, I just think Cavs end up winning in Game 7. They just have too much power offensively.
Yeah, I mean, I took Cavs in 6 for the same exact reason Spinny said. Donovan Mitchell, he always shows up in these moments. And honestly, if you look at the secondary and third options for these teams, I feel like the Cavs have their number there too for the most part. Garland,
Yeah.
Mobley, Allen, and LeVert as other scoring options for the Cavs. They just go way deeper in terms of scoring options. And the Magic, I don't know if down the stretch they're going to be able to execute offensively. They have troubles executing in the fourth quarter in the half court. So that's my main worry there, especially with their surprisingly poor 3-point shooting this year. Franz Wagner's been average at best when I thought he was going to take that next step and become kind of an elite 3-point shooter. But he's still hovering right around like 33%.
Yeah.
For some reason, he went backwards. Makes no sense to me. So I think the Magic, this is a team that's a year or two out. Obviously, Paolo, he is a monster. He's legit. To bring
He's gonna be a beast.
to bring a team to almost a top 4 seed in your sophomore season, that's very impressive, even with the East being as weak as it was this year. But yeah, I got to go Cavs in 6. Too much experience on that roster. Also, I think they still have that sour taste in their mouth of getting smacked by the Knicks last year too.
Yeah.
So that might play into it. All right,
Franz
fellas.
finished at 28% from 3.
No, he didn't. Did he actually
He
that
did.
bad?
Paulo
All right, well, that's
33.9,
solidifies
34%
my
for
point.
Paulo.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, Franz Wagner should not be shooting under 30% from 3.
No.
That makes no sense. That's
No,
what
I
he
don't
came
get
into the
it.
league
Like,
to do, was to shoot threes.
literally, and then like you said, last year was you thought he was just going to get better and better. So yeah, I do not understand that
Weird
at
year.
all.
Yeah, weird year 3 for him. Fellas, well, I already know who Spinny's picking, especially based on his headline. Finally their year. Spinny has the C's. Schrupp, who do you have winning the Eastern
I got the
Conference?
C's. I got the C's. There's just nobody that can match them.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna walk through the East.
It's a clean sweep here. C's across the board.
Bucks Knicks. Do we think the Bucks are going to win that playoff series? If that's the round 2 series,
I would say as
I
rosters
don't know.
if rosters are as they are right now, I would give the slight advantage to the Bucks. Now I picked the Pacers, so that's where it's going to be a little different for me. But no
Yeah.
OG and no Julius Randle. That's going to hurt.
Well,
them eventually. They're not
OG
gonna-
was back. OG played on last night.
Okay, so he is back.
Yeah, no Julius, but OG is back.
Julius is a notorious playoff choker. I'm not as worried with him. They need
OG played 43
They wanna
minutes last night.
Okay, that's good. If OG is back playing that amount of minutes, they actually have a shot to make a run to the Eastern Conference Finals because he is an elite defender, obviously, and you got Jalen Brunson being the alpha on that team. So I think I'm still leaning Bucks though, either way, Spinny, in that series, if that's what it was.
That's fair. No, yeah, I kind of agree. Which is funny because it's like the Bucks could lose in the first round, it feels like, or they could just limp to the Eastern Conference Finals.
I don't know.
So,
I have no read on this team. They're so inconsistent.
None.
All right, clean sweep for the Celtics. It makes me a little worried. Usually when everyone on this pod has the same pick,
come on,
typically wrong, but
there's just nobody else in the East.
14-game lead. I don't know if I've ever seen a team win a conference by that many games. That's absurd of them to do this year. They will walk.
The starting five is just dumb.
I mean, you could throw in the six too. Their top six is just absurd.
Yeah, it's just dumb. It's like, and in the playoffs, those guys are playing 38 to 42 every night. So it's like.
And you have everything within that top six. You have elite rim protection, you have elite perimeter defense, you have shooting, you have playmaking on offense. Like they have it all. They do.
They can go to pretty much switch on everything. Like they can
switch everything.
Yeah. Everyone shoots 40% from three. Like at any point, there's just everyone stretches. The lane's wide open. It's just the ghost screen with Porzingis and Tatum, where he just
how do you guard that? You can't really guard it.
It's impossible. It's impossible.
It's going to be interesting to see. I can't wait to watch them actually pick apart some matchups. They always like to throw Porzingis in the post whenever they put a small on him and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting. I know we've kind of hated on your coach a little bit, Spinny, on this pod, but I think he's figuring it out this year. He's got a lot of good assistants on his bench now. So
he's shown me improvement. We'll see how it goes in the playoffs. But I also just think Brad Stevens' roster construction has been absolutely elite.
Absurd.
So,
yeah, way better GM than a coach. Who would have imagined? All right, Spinny, I think it's time for me to
lose. Finally, to get last. You're getting last today, Bus. Absolutely getting last. Yep.
Okay. So, Schrupp, we score this as follows. Easy questions are 1 point, medium are 2, hard are 3. We just lost our last episode. So, Spinny and I, we're definitely motivated to not let you win this because we hate when guests win. So, that being said, Spinny, why don't you give us – we'll see. Spinny, give us your easy question. We'll go clockwise from there.
Bus, if you miss this question, by the way, NHL questions. 3 NHL questions on this episode.
I know nothing about NHL. I know nothing about NHL.
So, if Bus doesn't get this question right, I get my own episode of the pod by myself. That's how insane this is. So he better not get this question wrong. Which player currently leads the NHL in points?
I don't know, dude.
But think about it. Think about the history of this question itself. Please.
I have my guess. Okay. If it's not him, after you said that, you prefaced the question with that, I'm going to be very mad at you. Schrupp, do you have a guess?
Okay. I do have a guess. Do you want me to go first?
You go first.
It's about one of the only NHL players I know. You guys were talking about it before we started the pod. Connor Bedard. I don't even know if he scores a lot of points or not, but that's my guess.
McDavid. Final answer.
Bus. You're wrong. You're both wrong. Bus. Nikita Kucherov. Bus. Come on. Come on! How many times am I going to ask this question with this guy in it? I think that's the third time I've asked the same question with the same dude in it, and he's got it wrong every time.
Come on, boss. You guys are taking notes.
Unreal.
Looks like he's
sorry, I didn't know Nikita's still dogging.
Study up, Bus.
All right. Spinny gets to run the hockey episode by himself. You heard it here, Hardest. 0 points on the board after question 1. My easy question. Who am I? Spinny's favorite. Who am I? I led my team to the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference while being 4th in the NBA in points per game.
Got it.
Got it.
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, Brunson.
See, mine are obtainable, easy questions. Spinny. You're not asking me about NHL when I haven't been tuned in at all.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right,
All
Schrupp, what's
right.
the easy question?
I think this should be easy. How many MVPs have the Timberwolves won as a franchise, and who won those MVPs or MVP?
I got mine.
Kevin Garnett is the only winner.
Yes, correct.
Yep, that is correct.
Shout out
KG.
KG, man.
Yep, shout out KG. Should be in the rafters.
Should be in
Yep.
the rafters, whatever, Glenn.
Wish he was our owner instead now too, actually. We just
Yeah,
sold
would
the team
be
to
sick.
KG
If that would
instead.
actually happened, yeah. Spinny leads after easy round 2-1. Spinny, your medium question.
Which team leads the NHL in points currently? Most points in the NHL. Team.
This guy. I actually have no idea.
I got a guess.
I'm so out of the loop of NHL.
You got a guess, Bus?
There's 30 teams, boss. Come on.
Well, there's no way it's the Tampa Bay Lightning. There's no way you're throwing that type of shit in there.
My guess is the Pittsburgh Penguins. I don't know.
Let's just go Bruins. I have no idea.
It is the New York Rangers.
The
Bruins.
Rangers.
Bruins are second. Or Bruins are third. I'm sorry. Lead their division at 109, but the Rangers have 112 points.
Huh. Didn't know the Rangers were actually good.
Hmm.
I'm boycotting this trivia game, by the way. Spinning out here with
what?
This is trash. This is trash.
I'm not allowed to use
to win. He gets to answer all these NBA questions when we're trying to answer NHL. Sweet. All right. My medium question. There are 3 players in the top 10 in the NBA in assists per game that are on new teams this season. Name 2 of the 3. 1 point each. So if you only can name 1, you still get a point.
Whoa. Wait, can you say
There's
that
3
again?
players. 3 players in the top 10 in assists per game that are on new teams
top
this season.
10. Top 10,
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to name 2 of those 3 to get full credit, but it's a point per, so if you can only name 1, you're still getting a point. Top 10 in assists per game on new teams. Who passes the ball a lot and is also on a new team this season?
New teams. That's a good question, boss.
I feel like there's the one name is insanely obvious. Like you guys should be able to get the one guy.
I'm just trying to think of guys on new teams.
Oh, okay. I know one.
There's a guy who's always in the top 5 in assists per game.
Yep. And I think I might have the other one. I don't know if this guy's in the top 10, but it's pretty close.
I only got one guess right now, but we can go ahead.
What do you got, Schrupp?
I got Harden.
Harden? Spinny?
Harden and Fred VanVleet?
is correct. Fred VanVleet is also correct.
Oh.
Their third player would have been Minnesota's own Tyus Jones. Top 10 in NBA in assists per game.
Tyus Jones is top 10 in assists?
He's sitting at 9th or 10th this year in assists per game, that is.
Wow. Credit to Tyus Jones. That's pretty lit.
2 points for you, Spin. 1 for Schrupp.
All right, my medium question is, which player has the most turnovers in the NBA Finals, like combined? So combined turnovers. Which one player?
Oh, I got my answer. You got an answer there, Busky?
I do, but for some reason I don't think it's right. I feel like it's too easy if it's this guy to be medium.
I know.
That's my only guy, so I'm going to have to guess. I'm going to just guess LeBron James, Mr. King of going to the finals.
Spinny?
See, that's what I wanted to say too. But
I feel like too obvious, so I don't know.
I'm gonna say Kareem. Kareem.
It was LeBron James.
Yeah, yeah.
It was LeBron James. I had to
That's my that.
put a bad stat up for Buss's loving of LeBron.
Yeah,
It's
that
bound
was
to
my
happen.
own
You make
fault.
10 finals, so
That was my own
you're
fault.
bound to
You
turn it
just
over.
you take care of the ball, then it won't happen.
Come on.
Yeah, true.
Most players only make the finals once in their career. He's made it 10 times. You're going to add the cumulative totals. LeBron's obviously going to have more turnovers. Come on now. It's just basic
Kareem's made
math,
it 10
Schrupp.
times too.
I suppose.
Schrupp, I know you're still trying to graduate from Bethany, man. But that's just basic math there.
Come
Well,
on,
good thing I'm not
boss.
a math major.
All right, let's hear
Yeah,
this
true.
hard NHL question. Spinny Sweep. So excited to answer this.
Very gettable. Very gettable. Which Western Conference team has the most home wins this season?
It dominates at home this year.
See,
Like I said, not been tuned in at all. I don't know anything about the standings or literally anything about NHL this year.
But it's a 1 in 15 shot. It's a
You're
1 in
right, you're right.
15 shot.
It's definitely
For a
gettable.
hard question, come on.
I wish I could freaking
know the standings.
Yeah. If I just would keep at the standings once in my life.
I don't even know what all teams are in the Western Conference here, so I got to guess, but it's definitely not right because I think they suck this year. But Fetty, you still thinking?
All right, I got to guess. Screw it.
I'm thinking the Wild, even though I think they.
Oh,
suck.
it's definitely not the Wild. It's a terrible guess, Schrupp. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's just go Vegas Knights.
It is the Colorado Avalanche.
No!
Most wins in the West.
No!
Is that your second guess, Bus?
It was Avs and Vegas Knights, the only two teams that I wanted to say. It's always the
Avs are fourth in the West in this overall standings, but most wins with 33 more home wins than any other team in the NHL.
Go with your gut, Bus. Gosh. All right. My hard question. Triple doubles in the NBA. Who is fifth in the NBA in triple doubles this season?
This season?
This season alone, fifth in the NBA. All your obvious names. Your hint is all your obvious names are the top four. So don't say Sabonis or Jokic or somebody like that.
I think I got mine.
I gotta guess.
This is a pretty random name.
Oh, it is? Oh, shit.
Well, that's a hard question.
Okay, I got it a guess now then, too.
I'll just keep
Jalen Suggs?
And I got
That's your guess? And your guess?
I got Sengun.
Sengun. It is Spinny's former Villanova player, Josh.
Oh, Josh Hart.
Oh.
I could have got. I knew.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Josh Hart did not record
The Draymond Green triple doubles.
He hasn't had a triple double in his career until this season, and he has 6 this season.
That's crazy.
First is Sabonis, second is Jokic, third is Luka, fourth is Giannis. Then Josh Hart comes in at 5th.
Didn't even think
LeBron is 6th in triple doubles.
Josh Hart, more triple doubles than LeBron this season. Not my goat.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Spinny. Sure. You should get negative points for your guess because your guess doesn't even have a triple double this year. Jalen Suggs, 0 triple doubles for Jalen Suggs.
Tough.
All right, Schrupp. Last question. Right. I have to get it to beat Spinny. Otherwise, Spinny is.
It's a golf question, so that's why I wasn't sure how.
Oh yeah, here we go.
You guys are.
Okay. Boss has a chance to get me in this.
And the Masters just happened, so my question is: who has the most Master wins?
Got it.
Who has won the most Masters? And second part is how many? But how many?
Oh, so we have to get both parts to get full credit? Okay.
Yeah, because it's easy. You know who. But how many?
Spinny, you guess first, because I think I know. I think I know this.
Tiger. And 5. said 6. I didn't want to say 6.
Your answer is Jack Nicklaus with 6. Nicklaus
Bustler is correct. Tiger Woods has 5.
And Jack has 6, right?
Jack has 6.
What's up,
Jack
Spinny?
has 6.
Oh!
Hold that L.
Oh, that was a great one. That was a great one.
Let's
Good
go.
work, Bus.
That was perfect answers, too, really, for the
That
drama
was.
right there. That was
was.
perfect answers for the drama.
I thought
Damn.
When you said Tiger, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, Schrupp, you almost gave it away with your facial expression.
I know. I was trying to hold it in.
Oh,
I thought.
yes. Hold that L, Spinny.
That was a good end. That was a good end.
Tough.
Oh,
All right.
I got my lick back on Spinny after he dubbed me last time.
There we go.
True. And with the NHL questions, it's almost an extra dub, really.
For real. You and your freaking questions. Always coming in with some crazy ones. There was one time, Schrupp, this guy came in with like tennis, horse racing, and like soccer or something. We're 3 questions. I was like, sweet, thanks.
I should have done that. Just do some crazy sports.
Oh, I love it.
That's pretty good.
All right, let's talk about the West now, fellas. The very loaded West. This will be an interesting one to talk about. Pelicans 7 seed, Lakers 8 seed, and we also have the Warriors. No, actually, the Kings are the 9 seed. Sorry.
Yeah.
Warriors are the 10 seed. I'm going Lakers over Pels. AD and LeBron taking that duo over Zion and Ingram, or Zion and whatever other second player you want to throw out there for the Pelicans. That duo is going to be way too much. And I also think, I hate to say this type of thing, but I also think the NBA wants the Lakers to win this game, so they play the Nuggets. So we might see some questionable officiating potentially in this game. I don't know. I know I'm talking about my boy LeBron, but
you always do with LeBron.
I'm taking LeBron. Are you guys taking the Lakers or the Pelicans?
Yes,
Lakers. So we both have Nuggets versus Lakers.
Yep.
Pelicans are facing the winner of the Warriors versus Kings. Who do you guys got in that game? Kings hosting
Warriors.
Warriors. Your thoughts? Yep. Just too much experience there?
Steph is not losing. Especially that first one. I don't think Steph is losing.
I love Steph in one-game scenarios, too. It's just the guy you want in one-game scenarios.
Yep.
And the Herter and Monk injury has absolutely killed any hopes the Kings have, because now they have no shooting at all. So I'm taking the Warriors as well. Pelicans hosting the Warriors for your 8th seed. Who are you guys going with?
I'm going to take the Pellies. Kills me to do that, but I'm going to take the Pellies.
Pelicans have dominated them all season, I believe, but I think the Warriors pull it out one more. I think Steph's got one more in him. Just another one-game scenario that he just says, I'm going to take over. But it could go either way, I think.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Spinny. I'm not happy that I'm picking them, but I am going the Pelicans. I think they're just going to dominate the paint and the glass too much. They're just too big for the Warriors to handle. Warriors, their best lineups are typically Draymond at the 5. I don't know if you can do that against the length and athleticism the Pelicans have. So I'm going to go Pelicans. They're getting the 8th seed in my scenario, which means the Thunder are playing the Pelicans. I'm going Thunder in 7. This one's close. Obviously, there's no experience for the Thunder, but they have the best player in the series. Obviously, that goes a long way when it comes to the NBA playoffs. So I think this one's going to go the distance. I'm going to give the Thunder the advantage just simply because they have home court in Game 7.
I agree with you. It'll be interesting to see what the Thunder do with Zion.
Who's that matchup? Is it J-Dub or is it Chet?
It's probably J-Dub, right?
I think so.
Yeah, which I feel like Zion's going to dominate. So that scares me a little bit. But you also have Chet's rim protection. J-Dub's probably guarding Zion, but Chet's always hanging around in that scenario as well. So
help defender there, yeah.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna take the Thunder in 7. I think this is gonna be a close series. I like BI and McCollum and what they've been on this year. I think that they have enough shooting to scare you, as well as some guys that can defend all the guards of Oklahoma City.
They have so many defenders, the Falcons. That's why they're going to be such a
Yes.
tough out. Herb Jones has been a maniac on defense this season.
Yep. Trey Murphy can play
Trey
some
Murphy's a
defense. Herb
sniper.
Jones, whether it's like Hawkins or Alvarado or Marshall or all
Right.
those guys, they can just throw in randomly as good defenders.
Yep. Well, I had the
You have
Warriors.
the Warriors.
Yep. So, but I still got the Thunder beating the Warriors in 6. I think. I mean, even though they're really inexperienced, I just think the Warriors don't, in the long run, won't have enough firepower to keep up.
Yeah.
And I think they'll maybe get like 2 home games at some point. But yeah, I just think the Thunder are a better team, and they'll prove that in the long run.
Yeah. Warriors are too inconsistent this year.
Yep.
I mean, Clay and Wiggins' production has been so up and down, and if they were running at full steam, I would consider this team potential West Conference Finals run, but they've just been way too inconsistent this year for me to have any hope in a 7-game series. 2 versus 7. We all have Nuggets versus Lakers. Little rematch from Western Conference Finals last year. I'm sorry, my boy LeBron is going to end in the same fashion. You losing to the Nuggets. This time, I got the Nuggets in 6, though. I think AD will be a little more consistent than he was last year in that series. LeBron's going to do what LeBron does. I also think D'Lo might be a sneaky X factor because D'Lo has been playing so much better. Hey, Schrupp, I know I get it. I get it, okay? No one's a bigger D'Lo hater than me, but this dude has actually been cooking.
D'Lo sucks.
He's been cooking lately, though.
We'll see in the playoffs.
We'll see. I agree. But I'm just saying. That's why I said X factor. If he plays well, they could push the series to 6 or 7 games if he's hitting down open shots. Because I think Reeves, I think he's going to step up in the moment like he did last year. So I'm not too worried about that big 3, as you call it. But X factor D'Lo needs to step up. The Lakers have a shot in this series.
If D'Lo can swing the ball and not hold it for 3 seconds every time he touches it, that might be a factor. I'm gonna take Denver in 7. I think the Lakers are healthy. I think they're motivated. I think they are physical and have enough size to play with Denver, unlike a lot of the other teams in the West. So I think they give Denver a good run, but at the end of the day, Jokic and Mile High at home in Game 7 is just too much.
Too much.
So we're going to take Denver.
Yeah, I
likely 3-time MVP.
Yeah. I got Denver over them in 5. Nice gentleman sweep, just like last year. I just think the Nuggets are just way too good. I mean, the Lakers are good, and they'd have to play very well to like you said. D'Lo would have to be hooping to give them a chance, I think, and I just don't believe in D'Lo. You just never have been a big.
Trust me, I don't blame him.
So that's just what I'm thinking.
This is a guy. This is D'Lo we're talking about that got benched for J-Mac when he was on.
Exactly. And the Nuggets got a couple guys, young guys that are starting to play well, like Christian Braun and Peyton Watson lately. So yeah, I think the Nuggets are just too deep and too good right now.
Yeah, that top 4 is nasty. You got the MVP. And then you also throw in Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and Aaron Gordon. That's a nasty top 4 for sure.
Michael Porter, no pass Jr.
Yeah, for real.
Catch and shoot only. Catch and shoot only.
Catch and shoot.
Maybe 2 dribbles.
I know you guys.
Literally.
Have you guys seen that highlight tape that someone made? It was like a 2-minute montage of just missing the most obvious passes of all time. Like his team,
I've seen that one.
And he shoots like a contested 3 people out.
I've seen that one. Yeah, he does not care.
Fellas, I think it's time we talk about the squad. Wolves versus Suns. There was a million things that needed to happen for this matchup to occur, and of course, they all freaking happened on Sunday. It made me so upset because out of all these teams on the bottom, this was the team I wanted to see the least amount out of all these teams. They have Kevin Durant and Devin Booker on their damn team. We saw this team last year when they basically had no other help. Now they have Bradley Beal and Grayson Allen, who apparently shoots 50% from 3, like it's nothing.
46.5 on the season.
I know. I'm exaggerating.
I know you do.
But they took 2 games from the Nuggets last year, with basically those 2 players. I just kept trying to talk to myself about picking the Wolves. Like, oh, we're not going to have 19 turnovers again. oh, Bradley Beal's not going to score 34 on us again. But then you look at some other numbers, like the combined points of their big three were still only about like 70 or so. They're going to do that every game. They're going to do that every game, right? With that being said, like my headline, in Ant we trust. This is the show out. This is where he comes out and proves that he is a superstar. He is going to outperform whichever one of those big three is their best player. Ant will be the best player in the series and will win this series for us. Wolves in 7.
Ant is going to outperform Booker and KD in this series, both.
No, I said
and we're
whichever
gonna
one
win.
is the best player. Whichever one is the best on their team.
Well, then theoretically, then he'd outperform both of them. That's what I'm saying.
He's going to be the best player in this series. Show why he's the next face of the NBA. Anthony Edwards gets the series done. Wolves in 7.
I mean, if that happens, is Ant a super? I mean,
he's a superstar.
I know. I know you usually have to make playoff runs to be a superstar, but if you're outperforming, I think the Suns are winning this in 6. I really do. I do not have confidence.
That's fair.
In our team performing against this team. There's too many bucket getters on Phoenix, and like you said, they took 2 from Denver last year with a way worse team than they have now.
Right.
So I just don't like the playoff experience. Us against them, we've seen what Booker and KD can do in the playoffs consistently over a consistent amount of years. I'm taking Phoenix in this series.
I don't blame you. I don't, but.
Yeah, I got Wolves in 7, just like you, Bus. I just think, like you said, Ant's going to come out and just kind of show the world.
It's got to be the true come out party for Ant, right? Like there's no other way we win this series unless he does that. So.
And I also think the Suns have been somewhat inconsistent this year. And I know it's just the regular season, but just a few games ago they were down 35-4 or whatever to the Clippers. Yeah. Some nights you're not sure which Suns team might show up, and I'm hoping that is true in the playoffs too.
That's fair. And I think our defense obviously is an X factor as well. I see that changing a little bit in the playoffs. Obviously, they're going to get Rudy out in matchups on the wing, and we're going to have to figure out how to play against that. We've seen it, but I don't think our defense is going to drop that insane amount. So that if we can keep that at least close to regular season numbers, that'll be a huge factor as well.
Yeah. I think Wolves need to take better advantage down low. There's too many times where D-Book or Grayson Allen was switched on to Cat. I'm just specifically talking about Sunday's game.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't post them up or even drive on them. He would just force a jumper. It's like, Cat, you have to take advantage of that matchup down low because that's how we're going to – because if you're not playing Grayson Allen off the court, like Spinny said, they just have way too many bucket getters. You have to play him off the court defensively. To truly take advantage. So we have the size advantage like crazy, right? We have to kill them on the glass and kill them in the points in the paint battle, and that's the recipe for success for the Wolves to win. I mean, Nurkic and their backup 5-man is Drew Eubanks, for Pete's sake.
Yeah.
If they get in any foul trouble, they're going to be in trouble down low. So that's what the Wolves
Nurkic staying out of foul trouble is huge, obviously, as well.
For sure.
Yeah, Eubanks and then Bull probably some minutes as well, I think, huh?
And if we don't torch that,
yeah.
All right, this is another one that is an insanely tough series. Clippers versus Mavs, your 4-5 matchup. I think we know who I'm taking in this series. I'm gonna let you guys go first.
Clippers rebuild on the way. It's coming. I got Mavs in 6. I just think they're way too hot right now. And Kawhi might not even play. From last time I looked, he might be out a bit. So I think if he's out, he's the only one that, other than I guess a little bit of PG, but he's the only one that can give Luka fits a little bit. But yeah, I just think the Mavericks are too hot right now.
I'm taking Mavs in 7 as well. I think.
Oh well, I said that because I assumed one of you guys would pick Clippers, so we're a clean sweep.
I've kind of been on the Clippers train this year, but we've seen this Clippers Mavs situation. We saw it 2 and 3 years ago, and the Clippers barely won once. The Mavs team is better now. We also have Kyrie Irving, who's probably scoring 40 at least 1 or 2 games. So it's like. The Clippers aren't going to expose Dallas down low, really, where it was the one spot you could really expose them. There's no one in the Clippers I'm really scared of in that aspect. And like you said, if Kawhi's not 100%, it might not even go 7. I'm assuming Kawhi's going to play, and he has been absolutely unbelievable this year. So if
Yeah.
he's playing at the level he has been this regular season, they're definitely going to win some games. But Luka's too much. We've seen Luka in the playoffs and what it looks like.
Luka is the Clippers' daddy. He is.
It is.
He always cooks these guys. There's going to be no one to stop him. And like Spinny said, now they have Kyrie Irving too. And a normal Kyrie Irving season, believe it or not. Like, he actually didn't do anything
No
crazy.
drama.
No headlines.
No
No
drama.
headlines.
Wow.
This guy actually almost hit the 65 game requirement. He just missed it. He's at about 60, I think. But Kyrie, if he would have hit that mark, he's potentially an all NBA player this year. Like, that's how good Kyrie was this year. And that's your second option. So yeah. I've taken Mavs in 6 too. I just think it's going to be too much. And your third option is James Harden, a guy who is notorious playoff choker. So I don't know how much they're going to get other than PG and Kawhi. And even PG has had some pretty bad playoff runs in there too. So
Going to be coached well by Ty Lue as well. I think I almost put Lue in the Spoelstra category, not quite, but I think against Dallas they might sneak a game just from his matchup hunting and the things he does in the playoffs.
Yeah,
as well.
Right. Fellas, who do you got winning the West?
Denver
back to back.
Yeah.
Clean sweep. All right, this is not good, boys.
I think they face the Mavericks though in the Western Conference. I got the Mavericks.
Yeah.
So I picked OKC.
I think I'd take the Mavs over the Thunder too in my second round.
I just think Thunder are too inexperienced.
Yeah, I agree with you. So I guess I have Nuggets over Mavs in the Western Conference Finals. Yeah.
Well, yeah, for me in my matchup, wouldn't it be OKC, Phoenix, and Dallas, Denver in the second round? So I got
probably 4 or 5. Your Mavs would play the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Suns have to play the Nuggets.
Okay. Yeah. I'm taking Dallas in that series too. So yeah, I guess Denver, Dallas for me as well. The matchup is the back,
boys. I'm telling you, this is not a good sign that we both have Celtics versus Nuggets in the finals. It's not a good sign. All right, let's hear it. Your NBA Finals champion this year, obviously, Spinny, finally their year. It's the Celtics, huh, for you?
I'm going last.
Okay. Your big surprise.
I got the Nuggets.
Back-to-back champs.
Yeah,
Nuggets and
back-to-back.
6, 7.
7.
Nuggets and 7 for me as well. Jokic is just a freaking freak. I can't pick against that man. Spinny, I know you're gonna hate it, but your C's are kind of chokers in the playoffs. I'm expecting
What do you mean chokers? Come on.
I'm expecting a 2 for 15 Jason Tatum performance in there for sure. He's known to do that. Or Jaylen Brown just dribbling off his foot left-handed. Something like that's going to happen again, Spinny. I know pain to hear, but that's why I just got to pick the Nuggets. It's almost to the point with the C's where I can't pick them to win it all until they actually do it. So let's hear your case now, because I'm assuming you're picking your favorite squad.
I'm picking them. Game 7 in Boston.
Okay.
They get it done. I like Game 7 at home. I think this series is going 7. I really do. This is the best Boston team. I definitely give Denver the advantage because they do have the best player for sure. And Denver's these teams, there's 8 to 10 really talented guys in this series. And it's a great mix of both teams. You know, Denver's got their big 4. Boston has Boston 6. Those 10 guys are insane. So it's going to just be super, super fun to watch. But I think it's finally their year. I mean, they've lost so much, so many Eastern Conference Finals L's, a Finals L. The situation with Miami last year coming all the way back just to break their hearts, and then we finally bring in Drew, we upgrade our 3 and 4, and it's just, I think it's finally the time for Boston to get her done. I hate picking
one title since the late '80s. They're finally going to add to that, huh, Spinny?
Is it a Tatum legacy Game 7? Type of game for him?
I gotta be honest, I know this might be a hot take as well, but I have more confidence in Jaylen Brown in Game 7 than I do Jason Tatum. I really do. I
Okay.
really do. I think Brown. I have more confidence in Brown dropping 40 than Tatum. Tatum could have a very nice, efficient game, and I think
Hmm.
that would be best case scenario for him. But I think it's either that or 2 for 17. Um, I think
So you
Brown
do
might.
agree with that? You do agree with
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think Brown might have 6 or 7 turnovers and drop 40. I can see that type of thing happening
Yep.
as well. But
Yep.
it'll be interesting this year to see who brings the ball up and who's running it in the playoffs a lot. Because, like, Drew and Derek really both have an ability to get a good shot in a way that sometimes Brown and Tatum don't. So I think
Yep.
if the ball's in the guards' hands at the end of the games more and they're the ones making the decisions, it could end a little differently than it has the
That's a
last couple
good
of years
point.
as
I
well.
didn't think of that because
Yep.
these past Celtics teams, it's been Brown and Tatum bringing the ball up.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I didn't even consider that. That's a great point. Well, Schrupp, we kept you way too long, man. We appreciate you
It's
for
all right,
coming
man.
on. Like I said,
Yeah.
first
A lot of fun.
athlete of ours to appear on the pod. So
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
set a milestone for us.
Well, I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate
Thanks
you.
for
Go
being on,
Wolves.
Brooke.
All right, go Wolves.
Wolves.
Oh, we did it.
We
NBA
did it.
playoff preview, Hardies and Hardos. We hope you appreciate Schrupp coming on, giving you his knowledge. Hopefully, we weren't too biased of Wolves fans. I know Spinny wasn't. Obviously, he picked the damn Suns. I think, honestly, though, Spinny, like, if we were to poll Timberwolves fans, I guarantee over half of them would pick the Suns.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
Well, Spinny, you have a Q&A for me, and we'll get our Hardies and Hardos out of here.
Q&A. I want to go a little bit away from sports here for this Q&A. Get
Ooh,
a
okay.
little Fetty interest. I want you to hype up your favorite song you're listening to right now.
Favorite song?
You got to
Okay.
pick one.
Okay. Let me just pop up my music. Well, the one song I want to pick is not on streaming services anymore. If anyone's been following the rap beef going on, you will know what I'm talking about. J. Cole's song is not on streaming services anymore. I will go with a more of a low-key artist, Mike, formerly known as Mike Stud. You guys might have heard of him as Mike Stud. He's kind of switched to more of like an R&B chill rap type vibe these last couple of years. He just dropped an album called The Lows this past weekend. Follows the Highs album from a couple of years ago. Very good album. If I were to pick one album off of it, or one song off it, sorry, I would pick let's just go Sun Falls PM for the sake of this podcast. Great song. Go look it up if you enjoy some chill R&B type music.
Love it.
How
Also,
about you? You got a song for me?
no, I
I
don't.
know
I don't have
you're
a
more of
song
a
for you.
podcast guy, but
Yeah, I don't really like. I'm not really a music guy. I know Hardies and Hardos are gonna hate that take. Podcast I've been listening to. Julian Edelman's podcast. If you haven't watched the Ty Law episode, one of the funniest freaking things ever.
tell the Hardies and Hardos what Julian Edelman does on his pod.
Yeah.
This is pretty interesting.
They pick one game, NFL game from all time. Like they've done Seahawks, Patriots. They've basically done all the Patriots Super Bowls. It doesn't have to be NFL either. There's been NBA games but finals games and different things. And then they talk about what happens throughout that entire game. And that's kind of what they base the podcast off of. At the end, they rank the game, blah, blah, blah. It kind of goes on tangents and such, but, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool concept. Last question for you. Who do the Lynx take in the WNBA draft tonight?
What we got? Pick 7?
We have pick
Pick 6?
8, traded back to
Pick
pick
8?
8. Picked up someone in that. Last 2 mocks I've seen, Angel Reese in one and Nika Mule in the other. 2 kind of,
Nika, huh?
yeah.
I'm just quickly looking at a thing. So yeah, obviously we know Caitlin Clark's gonna go first.
Clark,
Who would
Brink,
you before I answer
Jackson, Cardozo,
your Lynx
Edwards.
question? Who do you think is going 2, Brink or Cardoso?
Probably Brink.
Scott
I
It's got
think
to be
we
one of them,
I
right?
think we I think we could see Rika Jackson in that 2-3-4 as well from Tennessee, the forward from Tennessee. She's Tennessee wasn't quite as good, so she didn't quite get the recognition, but um, she is a 6'2" wing, can shoot, can do it all, 5-tool player. So
Yeah. Uh,
it's probably going to be Brink and then Cardoso and then Jackson and then Aaliyah Edwards from UConn.
so I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been too tapped into the links these last couple of years, so I'm not too familiar with the type of position we're looking for. I would not be opposed to Angel Reese, given her physicality. She would transition very well to the WNBA. Also, I think if Aaliyah Edwards would fall, that would be amazing. If she would fall, UConn's forward, if she fell to pick 8, that's kind of where I'm looking. I kind of want these physical forwards that are already dominant down low. That I seem like that's an easier transition to WNBA than the guards. So I'd prefer kind of a bigger player like that. Um, but I would not be mad with Nika Mule. That girl can frickin' defend. So I would not be mad with either or any of those 3 options. So
Yeah, I like Miki Mule. Nafisa Collier is the best player on the Wolves, 20 and almost 10, eight
right,
and a half rebounds forward. So I
she's
think
kind of
we're a little
swinging.
more, yeah, I think we're a little more heavy at the forward position and need a guard. So I'd love to see Nikki Mule on the squad.
I'll take her, man. If you can guard Caitlin Clark like that, yeah, counting stats, Caitlin Clark had them, but still, she
Yeah,
was electric on that defensive end. Well, Harris, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Hope you're excited for the NBA playoffs this year, because I am. This is going to be amazing. Can't wait to watch these play-in games because they're always electric. And then Saturday, man, your T-Wolves. I will be there too.
yeah,
Supporting.
Bus will be there for game 1.
Game 1 against the Suns.
Let's
I'll be
go.
there. So maybe I'll post something on Instagram or something for you Hardies and Hardos.
Yeah, you should check out our socials for playoff
Check out
game
our
1.
socials and yeah, I'll put some videos up of how electric the arena is. I think that'd be
Let's
awesome for you guys to see.
go.
All right, Harris Hardos, we'll catch y'all next week for the NFL Draft Special.
Hug your friends and family.